Out of any bolt on here, it's the worst one. Our next customer is here, Porsche Cayenne. It's got some check engine lights on, so we're gonna get jumping on that. Stay tuned. Hello from inside the Cayenne. We are, when I say we, being real, diagnosing this. So we said he had a bunch of lights on. We're gonna see what's going on here. I know, buddy, we're gonna figure it out. So it's going to scan all the different modules in the car. This one's got 46 modules. Oh, look, we have 7 so far. 8, we're at 10. Said it kind of ran like poop and it threw a couple lights. It's like all-wheel drive lights. We'll see once it finishes its scan. Rev, go sit down, buddy. Good boy. You know, we had this nice bed, but they decided to sit on the floor. Dogs are weird. Takes a little while. And 43. So let's see what we got. Oh, so we've got cylinder misfire, ignition control module, check transmission control, trouble unit code, DTC present. There's a code telling me there's a code. That's how redundant some of these damn German cars get. Oh, there's a code saying there's code. Oh, jeez. So, key battery flat. Oh, so it probably needs a battery in the key. Let me take a picture of these codes. Some of those can be electric faults and these cars will shut systems down. Say it just sees something funny, it'll be like, well, we're gonna turn that off. Like a lot of the BMWs, like if you put an AC compressor on it and you don't tell it that you have a new AC compressor on it, the new one won't work because you gotta go on the computer to say, hey, you got a new compressor, so you need to like let it work. And then it's like, oh, okay, and it'll work. Let's take some pictures of these codes. Air quality sensor signal implausible. PSM activation. Engine control unit DTC present. Gives me 2 codes telling me there's codes. Way to go, BMW. Check engine control unit, trouble code content. Okay. So this is what I do think we're gonna need some plugs and stuff. So misfire, we're at 68,000 miles. So yeah, it's probably gonna need plugs. The 1-bar ignition module, that might be a coil pack. I'm going to look up this other stuff for the traction control, but I wanna fix the misfires first. If we got a misfires, those can cause all kinds of silly problems in general. Let's look under this hood. All right, we're gonna check these plugs. All right, so you gotta pretty much take all these plastic things off just to even see the stuff. So we're gonna pull some of that stuff off, do like a thorough inspection. So let's get to that. Let's pull some plugs out, check these plugs. There's some other things that go wrong with these Porsches that are very common, certain oil leaks, certain coolant leaks. We're gonna check into those. Shooty bang, scoobity boo, check it all out. But yeah, come along. Oh, Chachi. It looks okay. They're not great. They look like they're fairly new, but there's definitely, you can see on here, where it's kind of favoring more. This one's just favoring this one side, and you can see how it's kind of worn into the one electro side on here, which is, it's kind of, I mean, I'm not a spark plug expert here, say, but I kind of am. So that one's good, but I think the fact that we're having those ignition coil, I think those are ignition coil codes. I'm gonna double check, but I think that's what's going on with these. And these are the original OG red ones, which if anybody knows, these things always go bad on these things. But another thing that I did see that's starting to leak, that's common on all nuts, is, see that plastic line right there? This plastic fitting right here. You see all the dirt that's down here? That is sticking to coolant that is slowly leaking out. See that? That's dirt with coolant on it. So these pipes right here, they're plastic, and there's an O-ring on there, start to weep, and then they'll crack. Same with this side. See down in here, right there. That one you can start see where it's seeping there. That's very common on these Porsches. All these stupid plastic coolant lines that they have. Those, that one, here's another one. And that one looks okay. Then if you pull this off, there's another pipe under there. I think there's another O-ring and a pipe that leaks under there. So I'll usually do all that. May even do the water pump on this one if we're at like 70,000. So we may do the water pump. We'll see. Not a must do, but when you're in there and you're doing a lot of stuff, sometimes it's just worth it just to replace the pump. All right, we are back on the Porsche. I'm gonna take the intake off, get to this coolant line that's leaking down here. You'll see once I get the intake off where it's leaking, where they all leak. It leaks so much that the parts guy was just like, oh yeah, I got a pile of them. So I'm gonna get that off, and we're gonna clean everything under the intake like I usually do. We're also doing spark plugs, coil packs, valve cover gaskets, so you'll see all that.
I just can't wait no more. Let's fast forward straight to the dance floor. No passport, take you on tour. Let's transport straight to the course. I can't wait to see how you move. Sound waves, but I'm still in tune. Head rest, but I keep my cool.
So, something that really irks me is when you get to go working on a nice car like this and someone has butchered the Torx. A lot of people don't know this, but Torx, a lot of sizes will fit the wrong size. It shouldn't have any movement in there. So if you put it in there and it moves a little bit, the wrong size. Try the next size up. We got a 50, then we're gonna get a 55. So 55 fit in there? No. What's under that? A 50, look. Oh, it does, it fits. Doesn't move much at all. I bet you they put a 45 in that thing and butchered, or they didn't have it in there all the way, and then they schnoodled it right there. This one's fine, I'll be able to fix it, but it's one of those things. Anyways, back to the job.
We gon' light it up. 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 We gon' light it up.
You got a Porsche that's got these covers. They're very common for these things breaking. They break off the bolts inside here, and you'll have to tap them out of there, or they break like this. But I'll show you how we fix that. We're gonna get them out.
I see, they know what it is by the way that I talk. All eyes on me by the way that I walk. My feet don't move if the beat don't knock. I'ma go to work, I don't need no clock. I move my body to the left and the right. We get real loose, but the dress fits tight. Whole party going up, we about to take flight. It's about to be a show, better hit the lights.
You see the sparks are flying. Let's get this thing ignited. This heat gon' start a fire. This heat gon' start a fire.
We gon' light it up. We gon' light it up. We gon' light it up. We gon' light it up.
That's right, it's tidy out time with Rob. If you haven't been here before, whenever I take off intakes, and I suggest if you ever take off your intake, the moment you take it off, vacuum all the dirt that accumulates all around here, because you don't want to accidentally knock that into the intake, have it going down in the cylinder head. That's not good for the motor. So vacuum all your dirt up, people. So after you vacuum, what's that? Clean and plug your holes. Clean and plug your holes. Alright, you can use all kinds. You can use brake cleaner, you can use intake cleaner. I just have alcohol out here, so I use alcohol because we're going to tape it up real quick. Get up in the hole and clean it. Rob's favorite tape. Hey! I love this tape. Sharp line, multi-surface. Good stuff too, it doesn't leave a bunch of residue. Now that the holes are plugged, we can get to the main jamma. Alright, so this is the part that we are replacing. It is a Porsche part. That is the part number right there. Every Porsche dealer will have piles of these. The guy knew exactly when I called him the phone exactly what one it was, because this thing rots out. It's got such heat that it's subjected to. It sits right here. Oh Jesus, is this the updated one? It's better be the updated one. Why is this wrong? Oh no, never mind. Oh yes? No, it is the wrong one. Is it an updated one? No, it's not. This is the wrong one. Never mind. Looks like I'm going back to Porsche and getting the right part. My parts suck. Pretty sure I gave the guy the VIN number. I'm gonna pull this one off and take it with me. Yeah. Probably, yeah, I know it. Piss it down, yeah. But anyways, that one was leaking all over. All that dirt around and gathered around there, that's all coolant that has come out of that and that one. Too many shadows. Shadows everywhere. Phone call. Alright, we are off to Porsche to exchange that part in the parts car. It's the fast parts car. Well, not super fast. The fun parts car. Well, I should have checked, and I should have known better to call and make sure the parts was still open on Saturday. But I saw that their website said open till 7, so I was like, alright, well, at least I got a good drive in the S2000 to come check out. There actually is an S2000 on this lot. He was just telling me. Yeah, there's a red one over here. Look at that. Alright, back from Porsche. Now we have the correct one. So what we gotta do is we have to take off the fuel rail. It's in the way clearly because it's under it. And then back here it connects to a hose back up under here. We're gonna have to take off. So we'll go ahead and we'll take this hose off, and then we'll get this whole injector rail out, then pop it off up here, pop the new line on there, clean up the areas where it was leaking. Yeah, good too. Quick pause. These lines, these fuel pressure lines to go to the injectors, I recommend breaking them loose with a line wrench. This is your typical wrench. This is a line wrench. The difference is this actually wraps around the entire nut, so you won't strip it. So if these are on real tight and you can't get them off, and you use this kind of wrench, you can strip it. Then you're going to be buying a whole injector rail. You can get it with this. It's just easy to get off, no problem. But if they're tight, I recommend using one of these. That is all. A very important step is disconnecting this power to the starter right here. It's off in the corner over here, or disconnect the battery under the seat, because your starter power wire is right here next to this injector rail, and if you touch that with this injector rail, you would exit the shaft. It's very easy to do it because it's got to be twisted all around it. Okay. Alright, we are to the water pipe. So I highly recommend that you work these out slowly, because if they break off in there, they're a pain in the butt to dig out. Oh, there we go. That one's going out. I got some plugs so coolant doesn't go running for days. We're going to flush the coolant out anyway, but to make less of a mess, I got a couple plugs. The moment you remember you had the wrong size plug. It's alright, it just squirts out for a second. Just for a second. A little over dramatic. Well, that one kind of broke off. Hard not to get them to break because they're just so brittle. So that's what breaks off, the little end piece. Both of them are actually broken. Alright, yeah. Those should be attached to the plastic. And I like to pull this so I can get that hose clamp on it. The best pliers ever. You want to twist these. Once you twist them, they'll break loose. Come on. There she is. Squirt me in the face when I pull them off. Oh, not quite. Alright. Porsche part. Here's the Porsche part number. So there's two versions that we just figured out. This one's flatter, like this. The other one goes way up here, then goes back. So this one's the smaller version. Booyah, booyah. I like to clean these holes out a little bit. Clean the old holes out here. Don't want to leave any of that plastic or any O-ring in there because that is not good for a good seal. This one's a pain in the butt. I'm going to spray silicone. Alright, now it's all snapped in. And bolts are all down. Another quick tip here for you. If you got a bolt and you have a far hole that you can't hold the nut and put it in there, it's too far away, or it's just a pain in the butt, you can use plastic, any kind of like wrapper. You can use a paper towel, but you just put a paper towel over, say, the bolt head or whatever, rip it off so it fits in there snug like that. Unless you have magnetic snocket. I keep my snockets in my schnoz. Anyways, you can do that. This one's kind of far in the back, so all I gotta do is put it on here, balance it down through here, and now she's in the hole. There we go. When you're done, grab it out like that. There you go. Yeah, I was messing with that back bolt forever. And this is why it's broken. So it should be that big. Screwing it out with my finger like this, and I can't really see it, and I just feel it spinning. I'm like, man, it's spinning forever. But it's just sitting like this. So that means whoever put it in, it probably broke on them, because these are aluminum. They're really light. Not that you can tell by that. But yeah, like, see, these are steel. Different sound. This is more tinny, hard, tinny, hard. How do you test your bolts, Rob? You smack your GoPro with them, and that's how you. It's a GoPro test. Usually, when those break, you can just screw it out with your finger because it's aluminum. It doesn't really mess up that bad, unless the person somehow cross-threaded that put it in there last time. Then we're gonna have to tap it or whatever. But let's get it off first and see. So that bolt that we had that was broken, sitting there spinning forever. It's in the worst spot possible. Out of any bolt on here, it's the worst one. This one back here. I may be able to spin it. You can feel the bottom of the bolt down here, so maybe I can grab it with some pliers and work it out. That's what I'm putting up with right now. Das Germany. Why do we use das aluminum bolts? I'm sure there's some scientific reason behind it, and someone will drop it in the comments. Some kind of electrostatic induces corrosion because they use magnesium. Anyway, I don't care. Stupid. Use titanium at least, you know? Come on. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get that out. Hopefully. I mean, if anything, if I have to drill out an aluminum thing, it's not that bad. Sometimes you just gotta sing to it. Back out, back out, back out. Oh, come on. Now you want to leave. You don't want to stay in there. Alright, phase 2. The old tool that I stuck in my hand the other day. Oh, I just stabbed myself. Where are you, old finger jammer? Oh yeah, this thing. Sometimes you can catch the bolt. You get the bolt right on the side. You're going to hit it like right here so it spins backwards. Oh, I think that was it. I think it got it to move. Yes, come on. Alright, one more good whack. Oh, I can spin it with this thing. Magic! Cool. Just look at that, I got it! Oh, hell yeah. Come on, come on, come on. I'll show you when I get it out. You'll see where I hit it. So you don't always need those tap and die drill bits, easy out things. If the bolt went in good and it didn't cross thread and it just broke, they usually just spin right out. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh. Oh. So, while it was down there, all I did was smack. Can you see it okay? So you can see the dot that I smacked. It's right on this side. I pushed down it, smacked it, and it just started it to spin. So that's what you're trying to do. You're just starting it to spin backwards. So remember which way you got to spin it out, and then do the side that you can smack it at kind of an angle that way. And that's how that shaves your butt. You can get these at Harbor Freight for a $2 and save you hours of your life. So I have plenty of those bolts, I'm pretty sure. Come with me into my bolt bin. So whenever I take motors apart or do motors, I always just harvest all the engines before I scrap the blocks. Just so I've got all the bolts. Let me dive into these bolts and I'll be back. Going in! You heard me say it before, you're gonna hear me say it now. Check your porcelain. The porcelain on these can crack. They can look brand new, and they get cracked by delivery people, parts guys, people bringing them home, people kicking around their car, dog chewing on it, killer chinchillas that come after them. They can crack. You'll get one where you take the whole intake off to put spark plugs in, you put it all back together, and it's like still misfiring. You're like, what the? You swap coil, still got a misfire. You pull the spark plug out, and you're like, it looks fine. Oh, there's a crack. Tiny little crack you didn't see. Yeah, it happens. So I stress that very urgently. And if you had that happen, let me know in the comments. Bet you have. Rev is sleeping like a little bunny. Or like a little bird. Oh, he woke up. You were all curled up in your little nest right there. Hey, little puppy. Good boy. Alright, where's Joshy? Oh, she just went that way. She's elusive to the camera. She's like, I don't want to be on the camera. There's the Chotch. Hey, chibbity-doos. Oh, she's doing the stretch. She's like, we're not playing. We already swam today. We already went swimming. Alright, you guys go. I gotta finish.
It was a shot in the park, and I know it. Yeah, I ain't gonna let you go, 'cause I can't catch up with all the shit you do. It was a shot in the dark, and I know it.
Alright, same bolt on this valve cover. Same thing. It's broken back here in the corner. I can barely get it out here. So I'm thinking either whoever did it last, or it's just common for that back corner one to break. And like I said, these are aluminum, broken in the same spot. It doesn't look like it broke because it was twisted too hard. I don't know, who knows? But we're gonna have to fix that one, and then right here we're gonna have to fix the coil where that was broken. Whoever tied it down too tight last time broke this coil, so we're gonna have to get that bolt out too. Let's get this thing off. There we go. Oh, let's put 2-inch tabs tabs on the end of our valve cover, so it hits this thing, it doesn't want to come out. It is right here. Oh, Christmas tree battery. Alright, this is the broken bolt. We're going to do the old there it goes. Sometimes you gotta play with it a little bit. Oh, I saw you move, you bastard. Alright, here we go. Come on! Here we go. She's coming. Look at that. Yeah! 2 for 2 with this bad boy. I didn't have to break out the drill. Look at that. Oh, baby. There you go. Like I said, magic tool. You catch it like right here and kind of unscrew it while you're smacking it down with this guy. And that smack makes it rotate. But yeah, 2 for 2. Oh, look, there's another one down here. Let's go for 3 for 3. Yeah, come on. Yeah, this thing can save you hours of your life if you do it right. And granted, this isn't cross-threaded. If it's cross-threaded, then you're kind of you gotta drill it out. But thanks to Rob's tips and tricks with the old, what's this called? Nail set, nail punch, punch set, punch, nail, drift, nail, and dot. But anyways, get one of these. So that magic tool got 3 bolts that were broken off in there. Saved us from drilling 3 bolts out, which is pretty snazzy if you ask me. You know, save you some time. All right, we're gonna slap this bad boy on there. And I didn't show it on the first one, but just like most cars, when you have a valve cover gasket and there's a timing cover, where the timing cover meets the head, you're gonna always want to put a little smuts of some RTV, ATF. Some of that gasket stuff right there and right there. Not really in the back. I don't think they recommend, or there's no seams in the back for that. That's all around. But there and there. Put a little schmear. You gotta slap a schmear of ultra gray on there. And then that'll keep that from leakity doing. Get that valve cover gasket back on. Well, actually, before we do that, it's easier. Let's pull the spark plugs, put the new plugs in, then we'll slap this bad boy back on there and put the intake back on and get it down the road. We do need to put coolant in it because we did take coolant out when we did that pipe, so we're gonna put some coolant in there, but it shouldn't take that much. Probably just top it off because it only drained out a little bit. We'll do that. Then we're gonna clean off all the oil on the bottom, so I'm gonna get under there and probably do a little quick brake cleaners jobby job, some spray 9 underneath, then I'll back it out there, and then we're gonna do some spraying off out there because it's got a good bit of oil leaking. I want to make sure that we find all the oil leaks. I'm pretty sure this is the main one. This is the highest leak that's pretty much leaked down and everything else, so everything else we're just gonna clean off and it should stay dry. So we're gonna do that, slap these plugs in, and then we'll get that valve cover back on and do that. I forgot about this back broken bolt, so this one's coming out really easy. I just spin it with this pick. There she is. Alright, that about wraps up the old Porsche. Got that thing knocked out, it's running good. It took for a test drive down the road. Spark plugs, coils, that coolant leak. So up next we have, God, we got a bunch of cars coming in. Stick around, this thing's good, down the road, ready to go. Thank you all for stopping by.